Hello and welcome to a new episode of Trains At, and today we're at Stockport on the West Coast Main Line. Today you'll be seeing services by Transport for Wales, Northern, Avanti West Coast, Cross Country, Trans-Pennine Express and East Midlands Railway. There is a 323 off to Manchester Piccadilly. I'll get the number and the origin point when she departs. You just caught the tail end of a 67 Mark IV and 82 off to Cardiff Central. I do not know the number of the locomotive, but I know the DVT is 82226. And yeah, there was a 150 down there, but that's gone over the hill and far away. So yeah, with that all being said and done, let's see what shall turn up. So now getting ready to depart is 323202 with the 0840 Northern service from Stoke-on-Trent to Manchester Piccadilly. I should really call this rush hour because we are literally halfway through rush hour when I'm recording it, but you know, the title will decide itself when I come to upload it. And also coming in is an Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino running from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. And there's a plane up there of some variation. So bringing this in will be 390-134. City of Carlisle. And I'm stood right next to the pantograph. So now getting ready to depart is 39134 with the 0844 Avanti West Coast service through to London Euston via Stoke-on-Trent. Well, it only calls it Stoke-on-Trent and Nuneaton, so there's a hiss. And that's a whine. There should be another train behind this, I hope. Got green lights, so it could be possible. Yeah, no, I was off. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's coming in. While it's pulling in, I'm going to find out the origin. So, I'm going to do this right now. So 9. There we go. The 0848 from Alderley Edge to Manchester Piccadilly. So, there we go. So it's a 3311 then. Lovely stuff. So now departing is the 0838 Northern service from Alderley Edge to Manchester Piccadilly. Works by 331110. Proud to be Northern. There is a white lights down there, or a pairing of white lights. I'll see what it is, even though I have got glasses, I'm going to admit. I do not know what so I'll find out what that is meant to be when it comes in. The cross con... Yeah, sack it. there's a cross country. We can get service from some far and distant land to Manchester Piccadilly. I will get the origin point, I swear. It's a 220. Yeah, I'll get the origin when she departs. Jolly good. And I better just keep recording as I've just stepped in a puddle. Is the who knows what time to Alderley Edge? I think it's the who knows what. There is a plane going over. I'm sorry for the dodgy comment on my work, as I will find out what. So that cross country's come from Birmingham, and then this is the 0852. As I can't even see the plane because the clouds are that low. Yeah, it's over there. Oh, and the cross country is ready to go. So this Alderley Edge is works by 331101. As there's a Trans-Pennine Express service from Cleethorpes to Liverpool Lime Street via Widnes coming in. So working this is 220031. Working the 0851. Yeah, I am hoping it doesn't turn into the Stoke-on-Trent situation where I was recording for like 10 minutes straight. Because even though that was fun, I had a dry throat after it. So yeah, that was fun. So bringing this in is 185, I have no idea. So 185143, I want to say. I'll double check when she departs, and she's got another one attached to it as well, so that makes it more fun. Oh, hello, and who are you? I wasn't expecting a freight train today. I will have to double check on this. It's DB Cargo UK, and it's a 66. As 331101 is departing with the 0852 to Alderley Edge. I'll never say no to a freight train. I thought this was the Alderley Edge, not the Alderley Edge, the Stoke-on-Trent. So this is works by 66 120 even. As 185, 143 and 149 is departing with the Trans-Pennine Express service through to Liverpool Lime Street. as you can just see. I wasn't expecting that. Now coming in is an Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. Works by 390 010. Running the heavily delayed 0836. Yeah, so those pair of lights down there is the Stoke-on-Trent train. So I'll double check where that 66 has come from, because I wasn't expecting a freight train at all today here. Well, there is meant to be one later, but I was going to wait and tell you. But, you know, we've seen a freight train. So I'll come back and find out where that 66 has come from. I shouldn't have bothered stopping, as now coming in is 323 213 with her service through to Stoke-on-Trent. So I've just done that annoying thing again where that driver was waving to the Avanti driver. Yeah. That's not the first time that's happened, nor it'll be the last. And it's not even 9 o'clock yet. And my first cup of tea, which I had about 5:30 this morning, hasn't even kicked in. So yeah. Now departing is 390 010 with the 0836 service through to Manchester Piccadilly. Sorry for the dodgy camera work. I'm going to try and find out where that oh crap, there's a name on it. So no, there is nothing on real-time trains that says there should have been a freight train. So I don't know if I'm going to check Slade Lane Junction. We're going to find out live where that freight train was going. Right, so that freight train was running a Trafford Park Euroterminal to Sutton West Docks Berth 109, and it wasn't even meant to come through here. It was meant to go via Muldeth Road, Burnage. Oh, there we go. Muldeth Road, Burnage, down to Style, and then back on. So it wasn't even heading, it was meant to go completely another way. Oh god, so we've got 2 Avantis coming in. So which one's running like 20 million years later? As I've literally just put my phone away. So this is 39124. So this is working the Airway 857. Yeah. So now we have a East Midlands Railway 158 or pairing as another plane comes in. I think EasyJet. It's an A320. Yeah, it's an A320 of some variation. There you go. Plane spotting nerds like me. So this 158 is worked by, well, the 158 that is working it is, I should have said that a bit later, but you know, 158 86 2. Don't know why there was a bit of a pause there, but there you go. And then 158852 takes it easy on the rear. And now departing is 390124 with the 0857 service to Manchester Piccadilly. There's a pop, there's a hiss, and there's a whine. I'm hoping I have a little minute to breathe before the next train comes in or disappears. So there is a 150 there. I'll get the origin in a minute. If I can have a minute to go get a drink. And I'll be back with you in a minute. So there goes 150 110 with a northern service from Buxton to Manchester Piccadilly. And then here is 390044 with the who knows what time to London Euston. Royal Scot. There is another 150 on the back of it, and I'm going to peer through the windows. 150 114 is on the rear of the Buxton train. There is another plane going over. There you go, you can just catch the rear of it. Lovely stuff. So now getting ready to depart is the 0904 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston. And then if I come over here is the 0904 northern service to Buxton. With 150 143 bringing it in. And 150 101 bringing it in. Lovely stuff. So now coming in is the 0913 cross-country service from Manchester Piccadilly to Bristol Temple Meads via Birmingham New Street, according to Anne. Unless they're taking some mystical, magical tour around North Wales before going to Bristol. Looks like to be one of the former Avanti ones. Or not. And it is 221 122. Say though, you can still see some of the red when these used to be with Virgin Trains. It does seem weird saying that, but it'd be weird saying Lumo when I next go to Preston, probably later this year. So now coming in is a Class 390 Pendolino for Avanti West Coast from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. And this is works by 390 008. And this is working the 0910. So now getting ready to depart is the 0910 Avanti West Coast service to Manchester Piccadilly and the 0912 cross country service to Bristol Temple Meads. And then behind this Avanti is a Class 150 or 156 running from Chester to Manchester Piccadilly. And this is Charles Rennie Mackintosh. I have not seen that train in ages. If anyone has watched my videos on the West Coast, please do let me know when the last time I did see that train in a video. Right, I've got to find out what time you're departing, and then I can give you that information when she departs. So now getting ready to depart is the 0915 Northern service from Chester to Manchester Piccadilly, and coming in is a Class 197 for Transport for Wales running the delayed 0901 service through to Manchester Piccadilly from Cardiff Central. So this is works by 150 103. And I will get the number of the 197 when she departs. So now departing is the heavily delayed 0901 Transport for Wales service to Manchester Piccadilly. Works by 197 108. I do find it funny, the fact I've been here under an hour and I've got 23 minutes. I'm not complaining. To be fair, I do like coming here. So now coming in is a Class 150 for Northern running from Manchester Piccadilly to Chester via Altrincham. And this rain has started on me again, which is brilliant. To be fair, I don't know where you've got glasses anyway. To be fair, they're getting cleaned anyway, so I'm not complaining. So this is works by 150 149. And then down there is the other 0919 Northern service to Crewe. and this is works by 323226. Jolly good. So now coming in is the third 0919 cross-country service from Southampton Central to Manchester Piccadilly, and this is one of the former Avanti ones. And behind me is an Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino running from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. Jolly good. I am standing in the shelter because I just don't want to get wet. So yeah, I am making my life a little bit more difficult, but that's the fun. So if I do a bit of perching here, to be fair, you could get a great view from the shelter, don't get me wrong. So the Avanti is worked by don't know if this is the same one that was or at the start of the video. There we go. So it is works by 390010. Cumbrian Spirit. Say though, I've got to say, it's nothing to do with the Avanti or anything, but all the Pendolinos have this distinct smell inside of them. It's, yeah, something that you can't describe. But yeah, it's just one of them smells. Same with the Voyagers as well. As now departing is 221107 with the 0919 cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. As there is a plane going overhead. Brill. Jolly good. So now departing is 390010 with the 0924 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston via Stoke-on-Trent. That's the one. There's a hiss. And there's a whine. To be fair, why don't Pendolinos have the nickname Ghosts? And for those who remember when Avanti was taking over Virgin Trains, West Coast, the Pendolinos were ghosts. Literally. They were painted white for about God knows how long. So now coming in is a parent of East Midlands Railway 158 running from Nottingham to Liverpool Lime Street with 158857 bringing it in, and I'll get the rear once she departs. So now departing is 158857 and her partner with whatever time service through to Liverpool Lime Street. And 158799 takes the rear. I do find it, I've just looked in the 799, it's refurbished, but they've not repainted the train. And the fact that they've only done half a job is just hilarious. As down there is a Northern 323 working the 0923 Northern service through to Manchester Piccadilly from Crewe. So now departing is the 0926 Northern service to Manchester Piccadilly. So far, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't know how many times I'm going to say Manchester today. And this is works by 323 223. So now coming in is the 0925 Trans-Pennine Express service through to Cleethorpes from Liverpool Lime Street. And the wipers are working independently as well, which is a common theme with trains. And this is works by 185 122 on the front and 185 142 on the rear. As there is a Northern 150 of some variation, I will double check where she is going. As now coming in, as I can just see on the passenger board over there, is the, I think it's the 0924 for the time, Northern service through to Buxton. No, it won't be that. What will it be? I don't know. Just make up the time for yourself. It's all part of the fun, you know. In fact, it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm not far off wrapping up my first video. Anyway, so on the front of this is 156424, the Yorkshire Dales Explorer, and on the rear is, oh my god, right. So on the rear of this is 156459, and then if I come over this way, there is 156415 with a Northern service to Manchester Piccadilly. Don't know where it's come from, but that's part of the fun. 156415. So far, sorry for the dodgy camera work. I'm actually going to check now. So, I'll get off that tab. So that, where is it? No. So that is from Buxton. And then down there is a cross-country Voyager running a service from Manchester Piccadilly to Bournemouth. Do I keep recording? I'm going to stop until it actually pulls in. So now coming in is the 0933 cross-country service to Bournemouth via Reading. And this is works by 220031. And 156419 and her partner are getting ready to depart with her service through to Buxton. So now coming in is the return of the 197, which is now running the 0939 Transport for Wales service to Fishguard Harbour. And there is a Pendolino coming in behind me from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. Geez, Anne doesn't halfway to run. I don't know what she's going to be like when I go crewing a bit. So this is a return of 197108. And the Pendolino is works by 390126. They're doing the announcement again. Oh my god, Anne, it's like you've got no one to talk to. Anyway, I'm going to wait for the... So this Avanti is running the 0936. Is there a name on it? No. So I'll catch it once it leaves. So now departing is 39126 with the 0936 Avanti West Coast service through to London Euston. Not London Euston, you Burke, Manchester Piccadilly. There's a pop, there's a hiss, and there's a whine. I hope. There we go. Got a second hiss as well. Just for good measure. And down there is another Avanti West Coast Class 390 off to London Euston. I'll get the departure time once she pulls in. It's getting that ever so more miserable. To be fair, yesterday, as the time of recording, and this is out on the same day anyway, yesterday, so Thursday, I think we went through about 25 seasons within the space of about 2 hours, so I'm not complaining that it's spitting today. There is another plane without trying to break me back. I think it's a Ryanair 737, I don't know. Going into Manchester Airport. It's a plane of some variation, I can tell you that now. So, bringing this Avanti in, I'll just get the timings off the little boards on the train. I don't know what you call them. So, this is works by 390124. If it shows up, I can... Come on. Where is it? There we go, 0944. Weirdly, I've not seen one go down via Crewe yet, which is odd. So it comes gliding to a stop. So now getting ready to depart is 39126 with the 0944 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston via Stoke-on-Trent. As I've just missed a Northern 323 going into Manchester. If I do that, you should be able to just see it in the distance. And I think that's come from Stoke-on-Trent. Alright, are we going? Or we're just going to stand here? There we go. There's the hiss. Brilliant. So now coming in is a Class 331 for Northern, running from Manchester Piccadilly to Alderley Edge. And coming in behind me is a Class 220 for Avanti West Coast, cross country, running from Bristol Temple Meads to Manchester Piccadilly. There is a 331 from Alderley Edge to Manchester Piccadilly. So this is the return of 331 110 with a fairly quiet train, which is what we like to see. As I leave her there, here is 331 101 departing with her service to Manchester Piccadilly. Unfortunately, I'm not on one of them today. I hope. Because they're uncomfortable. I'm going to admit it, even though they've been in service since 2019, they're not too bad now compared to what they were when they came into service, but I still don't like them on the inside. Right, is a cross country going to disappear? And it is the Pride one as well, which I like seeing about. The 331's thingy. I'm going to pause it on the off chance it doesn't depart on me within the next 5 seconds, because it's started raining again. So now departing is the 221 running her service to Manchester Piccadilly. And I have moved back into the shelter again, as the lights have just kicked in. And there is another train coming down. This is Works by 220 005. And that is the 0951. I do like that clickety click as they go over the points. So we have 2 trains coming in. The one on the left is a Northern 323 running from Manchester Piccadilly to Stoke-on-Trent, and that is the 0955. And then the train on the right is an East Midlands Railway Turbo Stars off to Norwich. So this is 323 202, taking that happily over to Stoke. And then 17508 is leading in the Norwich service, with 17202 taking it easy on the rail for now. Jolly good. So now getting ready to depart is the 0954 Trans-Pennine Express service through to Liverpool Lime Street via Warrington Central, with 185 116 on the front. And 185 115 is on the rear, running in numerical order. And now coming in is an Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino, running from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. And it is Works by 390039. There is a name on, so this is working the 0957. There is a name on it, and I will make sure I'm on the lookout for that when she departs. So now getting ready to depart is 39039 with the 0957 Avanti West Coast service to Manchester Piccadilly. There's a pop, there's a hiss, and there's a whine. And I think there's another Avanti West Coast down there. Is that Avanti West Coast galore today? Say that I'm not complaining. Ah, this is Lady Godiva. I'm not going to sing the part of the song where Queen mentions Lady Godiva, because when I think of Lady Godiva in the Queen song, Don't Stop Me Now, I think of the Pendolino. And it's the other way around as well. And I am going to say, if you're not watching a Bohemian Rhapsody film, oh, it's so good. But anyway, now coming in is an Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino running from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. Yeah, I'm not going to be singing it because I know I will get copyright claimed by someone from the BBC or the music industry. So, zooming in is 390-008. Charles Rennie Mackintosh. Right. I think this is the 0903, I want to say. No, 1004. I was an hour off and 1 minute. But, you know, I won't speak of that. Lovely stuff. So now coming in is the 1004 Northern service to Buxton. As there is a Transport for Wales 67 Mark IV DVT behind the Avanti. Oh, it's a Duo 150. Oh, that's fun. And 390-008 is getting ready to depart for her 1004 service to London Euston. And there is a magpie. There you go. Nodded at it for you. So 151 on 14 is now taking charge of it. The service, not the magpie, because that'd be weird. And 151.10 is taking it easy on the rear. The guard's not even noticed. I love it. You know what? I love it. I'm not even questioning him. You know, or them. And it started raining again. Brilliant. Slaying. Right. I'm running. There we go. I should be getting it. 67010 is running the 1001 Transport for Wales service to Manchester Piccadilly from Swansea. And I think this is one of the former Grand Central units. So the DVT is 82,230. I will see her at Crewe, I hope. And there is a 150-130, which I think has come from Buxton. I think it's running the Buxton to Manchester service. I will double check. With 150-102 on the rear. Excuse me. Right. Sorry for the slightly dodgy camera work for a second. Gonna find out where that northern's come from. There we go. Keep it upright. So we've got 2 freight trains due in a minute. Oh, this is going to be brilliant. Click on Stockport. There we go. Just what now? So that northern, what time is it? 10:06. So that is a northern running from Buxton to Manchester. And that is one of the 2 freight trains coming through. I think I will call it a day with that freight train. So I'm going to pause it, wait for the freight train, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So our last train of the day will be a Class 66 for either GBRF or Freightliner, running from Bradbury to Runcorn Folly Lane. I am actually gonna, and it is a Freightliner 66 536. And it stinks as well. Slay him. And as 66536 takes this load over to Folly Lane, I will leave it there. Thank you all very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. Jesus Christ. If you have enjoyed this video, please do like, subscribe, comment, share, and all that stuff. I have actually really enjoyed here. I'm just gonna shimmy into here. I have really enjoyed coming in here today. It has been wall to wall, train after train after train after train. Same with the other 2 times that I've been here. And I've only been here an hour and a half, which is a good thing to have. An hour and a half and then 55 minutes of footage, hopefully. So yeah, my next station will be Crewe on the West Coast Main Line. Hopefully the weather should have cleared up by the time I got down there. But yeah, my next station will be Crewe and then Acton Bridge. So, with that's all being said and done from me here at wet and rainy Stockport, I will see you all later. Take care, guys. Goodbye.